What's going on, Falcon fans? You know what time it is. You either get right or you get left. Let's go ahead and get this thing right for the first half of this ball game between the Falcons and the Rams. Let's go.
BirdCage.
What's going on? You know I give it to the young, to the old, whether it's hot or whether it's cold. I'm up here in the ER right now, taking care of some business, but you know how we get down. You either get right or you get left, and I got to get you right for the halftime analysis between the Falcons and the Rams. Man, where the hell has this team been all year? We're actually seeing this ball club explode on Monday night, and Bijan just had one of the biggest runs of the season and one of the longest runs of the season. Now, we have to finish just as strong as we started off. The defense has been smothering, two interceptions, one went for a pick six. Then you also have Bijan with two touchdowns, one as a receiver and then one as a rusher. So this has been one of these games. Tyler Algiers had some great runs tonight. David Sills, we got a sighting of him tonight, and we see Kyle Pitts doing this thing. But I gotta give Charlie Warner a lot of credit because this is the guy that nobody's talking about, and he's actually putting this offense, this running game in position to run, and he's also pass blocking really well. So shout out to Charlie Warner. Now, the way that you finish this ball game is by continuing to do what you're doing right now. But you cannot take your foot off the gas. The Rams are a team that is experienced. They have a lot that's going right now. And at this point, this is getting ready to seem kind of strange for me to say this, but these guys are playing for pride, and they got a chance to have a three-way tie for first place. They're not trying to finish second or third in the division. They're fighting to get their first place. You can beat an old rival tonight, and then you beat another rival next week. You finish the season 8-9, same record as last year, unfortunately, but you actually finished tied for first place in the division. So that right there, it's going to come down to the Panthers. If they take care of business, they'll win it. But tonight is a night that the Falcons are showing up and showing out. These uniforms that we have, we got to permanently keep these because, again, red helmets, to me, I feel like this. I like the black jerseys, but bring back the old jerseys back from the Grits Blitz days. Red jerseys, gray pants, red helmets, white face masks. It's something about those red helmets that make guys play better in big time games. We have a winning record with those helmets after we started bringing the throwbacks back. Now, back in the day, you couldn't say that, but now you can. But outside of that, I'll say this. What's going to be key this half, they're going to key in on Bijan in the second half. You start to feed Kyle Pitts. You start to give Tyler Algier a little bit of runs to let him get into that spot. All I'm saying is there's so many ways that you can attack this Rams defense who has not been known for giving up points this year. We're watching them give up points tonight, and this right here tells you that it's any given night. It does not matter who you play, but you got to look at it for what it is. What's going on, Grossy Raid? Thank you for coming through. We got the Grossy Raid, and we also have the Dixon Raid that's coming through. We appreciate the love here in the bird cage. But what I'm saying right now is we're literally giving the 49ers and the Seahawks a chance right now in their division to try to do a little something. But shout out again to everybody that's in here from the Grocery Raid and also from the Dixon Way Raid. We appreciate it. But let's be real. Right now we're playing spoiler. And it's a lot of guys right now that actually is trying to enjoy this. Because if you pay attention to what's going on with the Falcons at this point, they have a chance to help out some guys in the NFC West right now. The Seahawks are at the top of the food chain with the number one spot. The 49ers are trying to battle for that. We beat the Rams tonight. That actually pushes them back, and those two are going to be fighting for that spot. So, again, all I can say is this. The 49ers are a team that's looking for some help right now. The Seahawks, 13-3. I'm just going to keep it a buck. One of the best teams in the NFL that no one's given enough credit to, in my opinion. I think that they could compete for a Super Bowl and actually win it. if they handle their business and continue to keep playing like they're doing. Got to give it to them. They're an all-around team. Right now, we're an all-around team right now in this league. And the one thing that you can say tonight, we haven't seen, Kirk Cousins is getting comfortable with this offense. He's healthy and he's actually playing well. You're noticing, let's pay attention to it. Kirk is getting rid of the ball a lot quicker. He's able to set his feet. He's comfortable off of the Achilles injury. There was a play where it was a stretch play. As a matter of fact, it was the play before Bijan scored on the passing play. There was a stretch play where Kirk took the ball from under center and beeline and ran it to Beeline and handed it off to Bijan Robinson. He wasn't able to hand it off last year because he wasn't 100% healthy with that Achilles. At this point, all I can say is he's got to hand that off. I don't think that even with us winning this game, I don't think that Raheem is still going to be off the hot seat because of everything that's happened. I think that one of the things that's going to be dangerous for this ball club at this point is the Falcons have to make a decision. If you're going to sit there and keep Raheem, which a lot of us are against, but it is what it is. If you're going to keep him, what's going to happen? You're going to have to get rid of this OC. You're going to have to get rid of him and his special teams coach, period. This is, and I see some folks in the chat that are talking about it. I'm just throwing this out. But the thing I'm paying attention to, we're bringing back counters. We're bringing back void routes. We're bringing back draws from my football heads out here. The counter is a run play. Void route is a passing play, for those who don't know. I don't have time to break it down tonight like I normally would, but I'm going to start breaking it down. But what I'm saying is at this point, the Falcons have a chance to pull off one of the biggest upsets of the year. And with all the bad things that have happened this year, this actually could help boost the morale of these guys going into next week, beating a depleted Saints team. And either way, I just want us to win. Don't care. We've lost enough this year. We've had enough benedictions, but we've got to win these ball games. We have to put ourselves in position to continue to keep doing this at this point. But I'll say this. I think the second half, you got to still keep pressure on Matthew Stafford because he's been in this league for a long time. He's had comeback wins in his career. And then you have to keep Puka Nacua in check. And you cannot let their running game get open. Continue to keep harassing them. Continue to keep doing what we're doing. But I'd like to see better coverage on the left side that Stafford's left side, which is Atlanta's right side on the defense. I'd love to see better coverage over there because if you're paying attention, Stafford is hitting a lot of corner routes, a lot of seam routes, and a lot of void routes that are in that area. And our corners are literally getting back into that spot to where they're not producing tip passes. Now, on the opposite side, where Stafford's been throwing with Caden Ellis, AJ Terrell, Side's been playing amazing. Got to give Xavier Watts credit for getting the interception. There's a lot that has been going on with this ball club. And I can say defensively, it's promising for next season. But when you look at it, Atlanta still has a lot of things that they have to work on. They have a lot of things that they have to get better at. But a lot of young talent on this defense. I like it. Ruka Roro with the sack before the half, doing well, and he's growing. We've had literally 6 different people tonight to catch the ball. 6 different people. Ball's been spread around. Pass rush has been coming all over the place, and we've been doing well in coverage. Here's my thing. Don't touch the defense. Let them keep cooking. Arthur Blank, if you have any sense, you keep Jeff Ulbrich here. This defense is still a good defense. We just went into some downward spirals this year against great teams this year, like the 49ers, the Seahawks. We've been swept by the Panthers. I mean, hey, it happens. But this is what happens when you don't have consistency on the offense. Defense has carried us all year, but the offense has to get better. And tonight I'm seeing shades of it where we're still lining up in pistol, but if you're noticing when you put Bijan and Tyler on the field at the same time, you're seeing that defenses have to figure out who to commit to. And if they're not going to commit to one, you better worry about the other one hurting you. So for my prediction for the second half is this. You've got to continue to run the ball, still throw your void routes, your corner routes, still work the middle of the field, but then you must blitz Stafford. After you blitz Matthew Stafford, you also have to make sure that the corners that are on islands understand that they have to use the sideline as their friend. They have to use the sideline as their friend, and they can't let this offense get loose. There's one guy that I'm gonna point out because I'm an HBCU lover. I tell everybody this all the time. Xavier Smith, 4'3", 40 out of Florida A&M, FAMU. For those who don't know, he was a guy that I pointed out that I wanted to draft at one point. He's dangerous, more dangerous than the cool. You put the ball in his hands, he can hurt you at any given time. Great route runner, great with his hands, and he doesn't lie. So, ladies and gentlemen, the one thing that you have to account for and you can't teach is speed. And when you have speed like that on your offense and they get opportunities to make plays, it's dangerous because he's caught about one or two passes to where he was wide open. Luckily, we were in the perfect position to stop him and mitigate big time chunk plays where it could have turned into a marathon. That is a guy that you don't want to get loose, whether it's through special teams, who we saw during the punt return where he could have gotten off, but we tackled finally for once. You got to keep the pressure on, and that's the guy that I don't want him to get started. So I predict the Falcons will win this game. However, they just have to continue to keep their foot on the gas. Do not take your foot off the gas. The moment you get conservative and you give these guys a chance to get back in it, you're dead in the water. So I definitely appreciate you guys for tapping into the halftime show. We're going to go ahead and get back to it. Hey, y'all be blessed. Enjoy the holidays. We'll catch you. We're not going to have the post-game show tonight because it's a little late and I am still out here in the ER, like I told you, handling some stuff. I'll probably have the post-game show tomorrow for the Falcons. So y'all be blessed. We'll catch you then. Ghosts.